Y'all, my clicker is working, which means it's gonna be a great video. It hasn't worked in weeks, so I know it's gonna be a period. What is poppin', y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Daysh, and this right here is Dash of Daysh TV, where we focus on saving our coins, owning our confidence, and building these empires, honey. And today I am coming with a video that I feel like could really help a lot of people out. So after just looking at my analytics, for some reason the how I found out I was 15 and pregnant video has really been doing well within the last 28 days, and that was shot over a year ago. So in the video I talked about how I found out I was 15 and pregnant by how I went on to graduate college. If you have not watched it, make sure you go ahead and watch it after this video, because it really went in details about how I actually found out I was pregnant, how I told my parents, everything, all the deets, super crazy. But there will be links in the cards and down below. But in this video I thought it would be super cool just to kind of come in and give you actual tips on how I did that and how I think I was able to conquer, you know, and not just become another statistic and things like that. So if that sounds like something you guys are interested in, make sure you go ahead and stick around to the end. If you are new here, babes, go ahead and subscribe, because why not? You know, we learn how to be cute, save these coins, and you know, and just be us around here. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button now. Give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below your favorite part, and without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the video. Alright guys, so I feel like there are a lot of factors that definitely played a part in me being able to go from a 15 and scared pregnant teen to being the almost 24-year-old adult that I am now, and the success that I have had along the way. It definitely took lots and lots of work and prayer and a whole bunch of other things. So I'm gonna just go ahead and jump into the top 5 tips that I think helped me out. If you guys have questions, do not hesitate to comment down below. So let's just go ahead and hop into these tips. So the very first thing that I had to do was just off rip, number one, believe in myself. Like, once I found out I was pregnant, I was so scared. Like, y'all, I was valedictorian of my class. I was on the track team as a freshman. Like, it just was a lot going on. So for me to be pregnant at 15, like, y'all, that was a big devastation. It was just so much that I had to deal with. But once we got past the actual pregnancy, I had to have a plan. For a lot of things that happened, you know, certain family members felt like I should maybe join the army, or certain family members felt like I maybe shouldn't go off and leave my family and go to college and take my son with me. Like, you know, there were everyone that had their opinions, and not to say that anybody is wrong, but I had to trust my own instinct, and I had to trust what it is that I really want to do. So from the moment that I had my son, I had a plan. I knew that I was going to graduate. I knew that I was going to stay in the top 10. Yeah, I wanted to graduate at valedictorian, but you know, I knew it was going to be hard having to be out, having a baby and all these things. So I set the goal to stay in the top 10, and then I knew that I was still going to go to college. So I started to do my research about which colleges I can bring my son, which colleges had daycare, which daycares were closed, and I just had to do a whole bunch of research. So once you fall down and you realize it's time to get back up, you have to have a plan, you have to research, you have to execute that plan and believe in yourself. There's nothing better that you can do than believing in yourself. So once I knew for a fact that I'm going to college, let's back up. Once I knew for a fact that I'm going to graduate high school, I'm still going to be in the top 10 of my class, and I'm going to go to college, like, that was a lot for me to be 15, but you know, I did it, and I knew from day one that I could do it. So that's what you have to do. Write the vision, make it plain. So once you make goals for yourself, make a plan and execute it. I genuinely feel like that is going to be the first step for getting back up once you fall down. It doesn't necessarily have to be you being pregnant. It could be something that you allow to happen that you're needing to get back out of. So the first thing is going to be setting goals for yourself, and then creating a plan to execute those goals, and believing in yourself that you're going to execute those goals. So tip number 1. All right, so like I mentioned in tip number 1, I did lots and lots of research to get where I wanted to go. That's going to kind of tie into tip number 2, which is going to be using your resources around you. So I had to use so many different resources to advance in life. So the very first thing that I did was I actually had to apply for government vouchers so that my daycare could be paid for as long as I was working at least 30 hours a week, or as long as I was going to school full time. So one thing that I learned about was government assistance. You know, sometimes we don't want to do that. Thankfully I don't have to do that anymore, but you know, to be able to get to where I wanted to go, I had to do things like the educational vouchers for them to help me pay for my daycare, or you know, when first was born, I had to do like the wig and stuff like that. So there's nothing wrong with using programs and things that are out there for you to be able to get to where you want to go. So that's not the only type of thing that I'm talking about though. As far as using resources and things that are out there for you, so you can always use things like the library that has free books to educate yourself on so many different things. Or there are small things like ASBTDC here in Arkansas. It's a small business, Arkansas Small Business and Technology Development Center that's meant to help small businesses get up and running. So it's just different things like that. You just literally have to research, see what's around you, see if there are centers that can help you get to wherever you're trying to go or accomplish whatever goal, and just see what's around you, because you never know until you look. So after I made my plan, I kind of got out there and saw what resources were available to me, whether it was student aid or if it was Pell Grants or if it was, geez Louise, it was so many different things that I just looked into to make sure that me and my son was going to be okay. So you have to take that time to make sure that after you make this plan, then you get the resources that's going to help you execute the plan. All right, so tip number 3 that I'm gonna have, it may sound kind of cliche, but it's just something that worked for me. So I always had to remember my why, like who and why am I doing this, and so I had to always remember, like, I have my baby boy. That's just at the back of my head. It was always, I have my baby boy, I'm doing this for my baby boy. So when I came to Conway, I didn't have a car, I didn't have family here, I didn't have friends, I didn't have anything. So literally I would get up, I would catch a cab, I would drop Aiden off at daycare, and then I would get dropped off at school. I would go to school, I would literally be in class, I would go to the library. I would do this non-stop until it was time for me to go get my son. So I would catch a cab, or I would have a friend or something that I met along the way go and, you know, help me. And so I just had to do a lot of stuff. I ended up going to church and just making a whole bunch of connections. And so it was really hard at first when I didn't have a car, when I didn't have friends, when I didn't have anything. And I just had to remember why, like, why am I doing this? And it was always for my son. It was always for me to become the version of the woman that I always knew that I'm going to be and that I'm headed to be. And so you just gotta always remember that. If you have to have it visible, if you have to have a picture, if you have to write it down, if you have to put it on your mirror, on sticky notes. Y'all see this? Like, this is stuff that I have to tell myself. And so you just have to always remember, why am I doing this? Why should I keep doing this? Like, why? Like, I know you get frustrated sometimes, because I still get frustrated, and I still to this day have to remember why. My almost 8-year-old son, like, it's crazy that 8 years later I'm still doing this. And so you have to remember your why. And so write it down, take a picture, run it out in front of your phone, anything, whatever you need to do, just always remember your why. So when you want to give up, your why is not going to let you give up. So my tip number 4 is going to kind of help with your tip number 3. So it's getting an accountability partner of some sort. So if you have an accountability partner, they're not going to let you forget why you're doing something. They're not going to let you slack up or anything like that. An accountability partner could be anyone. It could be a friend, it could be a church member, it could be a sibling, it could be your mom, anybody, literally. So you can just reach out. Or if you're in college, or if you have access to different organizations, you can look there. They have different things. Like MMP was something that we had at UCA that was strictly for minorities, and it was a mentorship program. And so I thought that was really cool. So there's so many different things that you can have. Even if it's someone that's older, it's someone that's younger. What I've learned from people that are wise is that it's cool to have people that are older than you, to have people that are younger than you, so you can just kind of have a balance, and you can learn, you know, from everybody around you. So having an accountability partner, if you check in once a week or twice a week, just to talk about your goals, just to make sure you stand on track, making sure you're not going to bump your head again, that is something that is really going to help you out. So in college, for me, it was my guidance counselor, or it was also my pastor, which to this day, he still is a very big part of me growing as a person. Me learning new techniques, me learning new ideas, learning what books to read, and just different things like that. An accountability partner would definitely help when it comes to staying on track and staying to accomplishing your goals. So just look into, who do you already go to when you have a problem, or who do you already go to when you want to talk or express yourself, and then maybe see if you guys can start catching up more regularly, and just, you know, making sure that everything is flowing smoothly like you would like it to. Last but certainly not least, me personally, just throwing this out there, this is me personally, I knew if it was not for God, then I would not be anywhere that I am now. So if I didn't have a praying mother and father and grandmother and grandfather and uncles and aunties, if I didn't have all these people like flooding heaven with prayers, then I know I would not have made it. So for me personally, knowing that I have somebody that I can go and talk to and go and pray to and know that everything is going to be okay, that's what worked for me. Just knowing that I was always kept and I was always safe. I don't know what everybody else believes in and different things like that, but for me personally, like, I just know that I know that I know. And so if it was not for God just being on my side, then I don't believe that I would be anywhere that I am now. I am a firm believer of that. And so to this day, I just continue to try to learn what it is that I can do to better myself, and just kind of, you know, walk my purpose in this life. So today I like to volunteer at the church and learn different things up there that's going to help me in life, and it's also helping them out by me learning these different things like that. So I just try to walk in my purpose. So I feel like when you're walking in your purpose, and everything is going to work itself out for you. So just make sure, try to find out what it is. Why are you here? Why are you on this earth? And so I feel like that's all just going to help you along the way and along this journey called life. So guys, if you have made it this far, I really appreciate you for watching. I probably could have gave you more tips that I felt like really helped me, but I just gave you ones that were top on my list that I really felt like helped me out. And so I really think these tips can help anyone. You don't necessarily have to have had a child for these tips to help you. These are things that can help you once you've just fallen down and you might need a little bit pick me up, or you might need a little reminder or something like that. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate you guys. Before I get up off of here, I just got to say that your girl, this puff is popping, these edges is laid, and this dress is cute. So you know, you guys should just go ahead. If you like this dress, it came from Fashion Nova. It did not cost me much at all. I'm going to link that video right up above, and I'm also going to link how I've been keeping my hair super curly and cute with this bentonite clay mask that can also be used on your face. So I'm going to link all those up and down below. So make sure you guys go ahead and check those out and subscribe while you're here, because why not? Thank you guys so much for watching. That is all that I have for you guys on today. Do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. If you found any tip helpful whatsoever, go ahead and comment down below the tip that you thought is going to be the most helpful for you. Hit the subscribe button because my Daysh babes are awesome. Make sure you turn on the notification bell, become Bell Gang. And that is all that I'm going to have for y'all on today. Do not forget that Daysh TV is a place for us to save our coins, own our confidence, and continue to build these empires, honey. Do not forget to come back next Sunday for another video, and per usual, your girl Daysh is gonna be back next Sunday with other videos. Yeah. It's your girl Daysh, and this right here is Daysh TV, where we focus on saving our coins on our so since that I really felt like helped me together forever, never to part.